It's January 3rd at about 11 a.m. This is the first update I've done in a little over a week. So it was pretty mild. It was supposed to get up to 5 or 6 a couple days. So I was pretty pessimistic that I would have a lot of ice by the end of it. But fortunately I think there was some snow that helped insulate it. And I actually didn't lose too much and I didn't have to tarp it. So all I've been doing is letting the rain and snow accumulate. I haven't been clearing it. The snow that has been accumulating on the ice has melted away when I've had water on there. And the only flooding I did was on New Year's Eve. I did that because it was minus 5 or 6 that night. It was supposed to be, so I capitalized on that cool temperature. But as you can see, I have more ice than I've had ever. So in my previous videos, I only had ice to about, I don't know, maybe about there, roughly. And you can see it now goes up all the way into the corner. Over here it's a bit icy, there's a bit of snow, but there are spots where it's just plastic, so I don't have water up in there just yet. But I'm walking on the ice and there's a bit of cracking, so yeah, there's a bit of water underneath. So you can see, I don't know, it's maybe 3/4 of an inch of ice there. It's a good amount of water underneath. And I can pull this up. So that's good. This is pretty new ice back here. You can see when I'm walking back, it's still cracking. But over here, it's pretty solid. It's very uneven. You guys probably can't see that, but I can feel it. But I'm not too worried about that because I can flatten that out with some warm water. But I think I have also isolated the hole. So it's somewhere in this section here. In one of my earlier videos, this is where a lot of the cracking was happening, where I had solid ice over here. And still to this day, I find in this section here that it's a bit easier to crack the ice is, meaning that there's voids underneath, whereas in the other spots, like over here and over here, we don't have those voids, so there's no cracking. It's just solid ice. So I'll give you another visual of how much of a slope I have. So I think this is a 2x10 I used. Oh, I've got, I don't know, maybe 3 inches there. And then over on this side, which is about halfway up, I'm at the bottom of the board. So I will probably have to beef up this corner because I think to get at least 2 inches of ice up in that corner, I'm gonna need several more inches of ice down here. And if I don't beef it up, then the puck will just go over the boards. So it's actually supposed to get cool for the next little bit. So I've found that when it gets below minus 3 or 4 at night, that's when I get some really quick ice. Once around minus 1 or 2, it's not as effective, but once it gets to minus 3, that's when it seems to really freeze up a bit quicker. So I'll just follow the weather, and if there's a couple of really cold nights, which I think there are, there's some kind of minus 5, minus 6 coming up, I'll do a flood before that and hopefully build up some more ice. But all in all, it's looking pretty good.